She
like 30
tropical
minutes,
storm.
and that was being all super nice to her, and
It wasn't even a
giant
storm.
dick.
It was like when Fred Flintstone was bowling. It was
Oh, I had a fucking Flintstones joke. Fuck. What was it? I don't remember, but this actually kind of sort of related. So, you know how in California, how electric cars are mandatory by 2035?
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
I have not heard that.
So, there's a new law by 2035.
Drew over here is like, I already have an Edison car, so I'm ahead of the
There's
power
no way
curve.
they can-
Pshaw,
So,
pshaw.
I don't know how they're going to enforce it. So, think about this.
That's way
So,
better.
think about this. We're going to be reliant on renewable energies, right? And not fossil fuels at all. Okay? Let's just say that Green New Deal / climate change / whatever. Now, how easy would it be in the future for the government to maintain control of those resources? And they're like, oh, you plan on leaving the house? And now you have no fucking power to get your car to...
That's why you
like-
get an education and build fucking solar panels.
Sure, but I'm saying like we're already putting ourselves in that position where in order to save Earth, we will use this, this, and that. But we literally are allowing somebody at the helm to throw that switch or not that easily to be like,
Let me tell you something about
I want you to
Earth.
stay home. Blackout here. They already do rolling blackouts. So how easy would it be like a SWAT team with a hostage situation and during a bank heist? Oh, kill the power to them. Make them sweat it out from the heat. Now just imagine that being the American people and the politicians forcing us to do whatever. Oh, you want to go to a restaurant? Well, now you're going to be there in 110 degrees. So your home
That's
is
why
AC.
President Quest is going to get rid of the Senate. I am the Senate.
Do people not
I don't
watch,
think he can do that.
Do people not watch sci-fi movies? Why are we trying to save planet Earth?
I love sci-fi.
When the
movies.
planet
They're going to
Earth's
colonize
ready,
Mars.
when the planet Earth is ready to save itself, it will just fucking get rid of humans
Like it has before.
like it has before. Think of the Earth like your
Like-
body. When you have invaders in your body fights it off and kills it. Earth's going to do the same thing eventually.
Do you think that perhaps that we are
A virus.
viruses to the big cell?
What do we do?
100%.
Where our hot core
So what-
magma is, or hot magma core is our nucleus.
What does
And we're just-
viruses do? They attack cells and reproduce. What do? We use Earth's resources and reproduce.
Sometimes way
So
too much.
how
like
will
myself.
the white blood cells come and destroy us?
Have you not seen the movie with Marky Mark?
Yeah, the trees will get angry and start emitting poisonous gas that chase you if
Make-
you're
make
in a
you go
group.
all
I have
trippy.
not
If you're
seen
in a
that
large
movie.
group,
The Happening.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I've not seen it.
It's actually a terrible movie.
But even the Inferno,
The fappening was way better.
the
agreed.
the Inferno talked about us being a virus, and we
Like
can't
Dan
sustain
Brown, like Dan Brown Inferno.
Yeah, about 8 billion people, and then all of a sudden we just need to die.
I mean it's going to happen.
I liked. Did you ever watch the guy builds the the time machine? That's what it was called.
H.G. Wells.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The book too. The movie. How he accidentally goes into the future like thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and it just shows how the Earth resets itself after we basically destroy it all.
I feel like
Science
the
is an
movie
amazing
was
thing.
terrible and the book was really good, if I remember
Well, it's
correctly.
H.G. Wells, of course. The
Yeah.
book was good.
Book was fantastic. The movie was okay. I think for its time it was good.
I wonder if it's a good audiobook.
No, what's really going to happen?
It's a good book. So
Depends on who
Is-
reads it.
That's what I mean. Like whoever
once
reads
we
it.
reach a breaking point, Godzilla's going to wake up.
Ooh. And the Kraken.
They're all going to wake up and just cleanse the
the
earth.
sea monsters.
And it may not even be a massive beast that does it.
It's
I
going to
don't
be. It's
know-
going to be a virus.
Even if it, well, not even if it's a virus, although that would be ironic to have a virus kill a virus.
Don't you think?
But even if it's a loss of food, because we have a lot of people that want to talk about GMOs, which right now we are only being sustained by GMOs.
Good morning, Orlando.
Yes. And even if it's just starvation and famine that take us out, it's going to be...
I think we're just going to overpopulate to the point where we break down all the resources to the point where there is no more.
I don't think so. And well, here's why. Because there is this net number, right, that science or God know. And I think that once we as a population reach that resource, we may not know it.
We're going to
but
start
history
executing
says it.
people.
No, I think that we are.
Jesus Christ, I didn't expect that.
I mean, easy way to do it. Hey, you're over 80. You've lived your life. Sorry.
Once you reach 65, you don't get social
Yeah, but that takes a
Security.
conscious effort. I'm talking about nature taking its course.
Oh, yeah.
We already have seen lots of news articles about how the population isn't replenishing itself and blah, blah, blah. So whether it's a conscious effort
I did
to
my part.
not
He
have
did
children,
So did I.
or think about all
did my
the
part.
problems that we have today that weren't here 50 years ago, as far as like PCOS or any other kind of
What's PCOS?
polycystic ovarian syndrome. Cysts on your ovaries, but one of the key factors from that is a very hard time conceiving, if at all. And you see people that online making videos of pregnancy jokes, and the first immediate comments are, "That's not funny. There's lots of women that can't conceive and would love to have children." Anyways, my point is, why do we all of a sudden have so many issues with fertility? And in my small brain, I think that it is nature's way of saying, stop reproducing. We're reaching capacity, and we need to have a point where
Is that
you
your
cannot
conspiracy
replenish.
theory?
It's not a conspiracy, that's just
I think nature's
me thinking.
pointing at the wrong country, though. I think there's probably two others that it could do that to and be more effective.
Here's one of the things
I don't think it points at countries. I think if it's going to do it, it's going to do it for the world.
I was being facetious.
I think one of the things I want you to think about is this, right? So people nowadays live paycheck to paycheck mostly, right? They don't really have enough money set aside to be able to support themselves for 6 months if they lost their job, right?
Because you don't really need to.
Exactly, right? The world, as a society, we are basically living paycheck to paycheck based off of food, water, all those different types of resources that we need. There is no such thing as, hey, when winter's coming, we're going to stock up so that we don't have to do anything for 6 months until we can start doing plants again type thing. Like, the world has a stockpile of stuff, but we're living paycheck to paycheck in the aspect that we're running through stuff just as fast as it's being made. So if tomorrow all of those resources disappeared because, famine, whatever, all of a sudden the population would start dying off almost immediately because people don't understand how to go out and provide for themselves. All they know is, well, all I got to do is make it to tomorrow and I can go to the grocery store, or I can go do this, or I can go do that.
Or make
Do
the
you mean
conscious
die
decision to be a
immediately?
cannibal or not.
You ever
Is that
noticed
Donner
how
Party?
people always say winter is coming as a bad thing? Some people like winter. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
no, I agree with you.
Why
I
can't
mean,
we be like,
All
fall
you
is
fucking
coming?
weirdo youpers like winter.
Yeah, I mean, I dislike it now, but however, that's a common turn of phrase to say winter is coming, and it's a bad term.
I like
But was that
winter.
before?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been. It's
Well,
like,
and when people refer to winter as coming, they're referring to olden times when winter was a danger. Like, it wasn't like, oh, let's go outside in the snow, it's awesome, and then go
Let's go
inside
have
into
a
our
snowball fight.
Yeah, and then we'll go inside
Yeah,
into our heating.
it's so much fun out there.
Like, that's what I mean when I talk about like that. Like, if tomorrow it became something where that stockpile that everyone's so used to having goes away, and you had to rely off of either your own ability to farm or anything like that, or to be able to gather resources, all of a sudden, like, human population would fucking plummet practically overnight just because people would have no idea how to cope with it.
Yeah, but are you saying practically overnight as in like very, very immediate, or immediate in the time span?
I'm saying
Like-
I'm saying within 72 hours, probably an eighth of the population in the world would be gone, because people don't know how to act civilized when they are not required to be civilized.
I think it
I
would be a
would be
little bit
hungry.
more delayed.
I would be eating people.
Within 72 hours, people will have
Gross.
panicked enough to where they
You got to
have
do what you got to do, right?
people have panicked enough in 72 hours to where they are willing to set aside what is socially acceptable and do what is required to survive
I
But I
think
think
if
it'll be
winter was
delayed.
to engulf the world
for a
like,
year.
instantly
Yeah.
and then last for a year, Southern folk would be screwed.
Snowpiercer.
Like, you're from Florida. You'd be effed hard.
No, I don't. Well, it depends on what type of ice age.
It was 60 degrees out, and you had pants, sweater, and a jacket on.
Well, that's because
you
I was
would be
comfortable.
screwed.
I was comfortable.
You would not survive.
Well, it depends on what you're talking for cold. Are you talking like 25 degrees?
If it's
Like, it just
engulfing the
maintains-
entire world, it's going to be really fucking cold.
Will there be sunlight?
I don't know.
I will
This
be
is your
fine.
guys' scenario.
I would say more
There's
so,
sunlight, I'll be
depending
fine.
on the temperature. A lot of southern people
All right,
would
so
actually be
nuclear
better.
winter then.
A lot of summer,
Block the sun.
a lot of southern
I
people
would
would actually be
vanish.
better because they hunt. A lot of them do know how to.
What do you think we do? But we do it in the cold. We hunt in the winter.
Yeah.
I've been in a tree stand, and it's been so cold that I've spit. And before it hit the ground, it froze and popped.
Okay.
So tell me, when did you do that? It
I-
was like 55 once.
In
I
Muskegon,
personally
Michigan.
have because I've
That's
lived
where
up
I
north
did it.
before.
I did it once when it was 55. My teeth chattered.
Now, I guess with what you're saying, I do know a lot of people who have never
got
seen
the
snow
shivers.
before. I know
I had
people
a
who have
little bit of
never
a runny
seen
nose.
snow and
Whammy.
are terrified of seeing
Have some
snow.
snot freeze to your face.
Oh,
That's
there's
the
that.
worst.
Or when you breathe in, but your nostrils stick to each other from the pressure. Anyways, let me get out something I was going to say before. I think 72 hours is a bit ambitious because,
It's ambitious for death.
I'd say 3
well,
weeks.
but I'm saying, yeah, I think
Because you
3
can
weeks
live.
is
You
good.
can live for 2 weeks without food,
People will just have to
depending on how
First-
fat you are.
make the conscious decision that it's okay to eat that red bell pepper that's a little bit deformed, or it's okay to eat the apple that might have a small bruise on it. But we are looking for that bright, shiny produce section, perfect thing to sift through. There's a lot of perfectly edible items that are out there.
Hey, if you watch The
just
Good
aren't.
Dinosaur, the stuff that's on the ground and a little bit off, get you high. Just saying.
Oh, that's true.
Jesus.
There was a whole like scene in The Good Dinosaur, this kid's cartoon, where the dinosaur is just hungry and he starts eating fallen down fruit that's sitting there and it's got flies all around it. And next thing you know, they're seeing things.
A little psychedelic trip. Hey, man, the little cave boy.
I wonder how many little kids went outside and ate rotten fruit after that, going, "Oh, that looks cool."
They're like, "Hey kid, see that mushroom in that cow patty? Pick it and eat it for me,
Just see what happens, just for the funsies.
and let me pull out my camera."
Have you guys prepared for the worst at all as far as any kind of apocalyptic situation, whether it's nuclear fallout
Ice Age.
or just have a simple bug out bag, 72
Bug
hour
out
bag?
bags.
I
Like
got bug out bags.
all the gun people are going to be the worst off because the guys are going to run out of ammo, and because they weren't preparing hand-to-hand stuff, I think they're going to be the worst, the first ones to go.
So,
They're going
what
to
are
rely too
you
much on
preparing
guns.
for hand to hand?
Huh?
What are you preparing for hand to hand?
I prepare all the time. I box in my gym at home weekly
Punch a zombie in the face?
if I have to.
Or you gonna wear boxing
Yeah, but
gloves?
their rotting
ever
flesh
see
will
where they-
just cave
See it
in.
where they fucking tie the phone books around their forearms and shit?
Yeah.
Your zombie ain't biting through that.
I mean, that's logical. I can understand that. I was just curious because you said that with a lot of judgment in your voice.
There is a lot
I'm
of
gonna get a
judgment there.
double-sided axe and a mace.
A person that
It's like the dudes that you're
focuses
like-
on
Machetes.
guns don't focus on the hand-to-hand stuff. They think they're going to take everything out at a distance.
I agree with you. There are a lot of people like that.
95% of the people that focus on guns can't hit at a distance.
That
You know-
I will 100% agree.
You know what I've always wanted, but I've never bought?
A katana.
That would be pretty sweet.
Hattori Hanzo katana.
Yeah,
There you go.
I
That's
get
a
that
good
reference.
That's why I was saying with that, like, I know a lot of people that are like, all I need is my blade, and I'll be able to survive any apocalyptic
I mean, a
thing.
knife a survival knife
No,
will
I'm
get you
talking like-
pretty far.
There's a kid in
Who
my
actually
hometown.
speaks like that, though?
There's a kid in my
Until you're
hometown that
shot.
I know that has a katana.
The same guy that's sitting with us right now going, all I need is my 9. I've got this, guys.
I didn't say that.
I will say I have friends along my path. I plan on picking up going north because they do have guns. And I'm not talking about killing zombies with those people. I'm talking about
Defending from
defending
other
myself,
humans.
getting up there until I can start a colony up in the north.
And that's
So-
more so where my thought is with the firearms and ammunition is not going out and being a hero and killing zombies. It's to defend yourself en route to where you're going.
Not even that. I would want a 22 just to shoot a squirrel
Hush
and
puppy.
eat it. Like, not even a defense against it, right? Because I think that you could play Alamo in some situations. You can hold up somewhere.
But again,
not fail like the
ammo
Alamo.
runs out.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if you're in a defensive situation, but if you are barricaded in some sort of safe haven, perhaps you can venture out late at night, shoot a rabbit,
Bow and arrow.
and then that's it. So that's what I was about to say is what I've never bought is called a pocket shot. And it's essentially a
Crossbow.
circular balloon-like slingshot
Pocket rocket.
that can have both arrows or rocks and BBs. And I've always wanted to buy one, and I just never have.
Maybe you should buy one.
That's why a crossbow is like the best weapon for all of this.
I think my favorite
But
is
I
when you
think a
talk to.
crossbow has the ability to break.
Well,
Perhaps.
everything has the
Oh
ability to
yeah,
break.
so
A
does your
gun,
pocket rocket.
Gun has the ability to break.
What kind of novelty store are you shopping at?
But when you talk to
I mean,
people,
when I'm popping motherfuckers, I'm gonna be happy.
but when you're talking to people who are knife people and they're like, all I need is this knife, and then like 5 minutes later,
I've
you're
never
like,
ran into anybody.
Oh, I have tons
knife.
of people. But
Why
you're
does
like,
that
hey,
voice set in
hey,
every
can I
time?
borrow your knife to cut open
So
this
what
box?
you're
And they
saying-
hand you the knife and it's dull.
Is like the guys that just walk around the Mighty Fowl and for no reason pull out a pocket knife and start flicking it, open it and closing it. It's really annoying, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
You know when they have like these superstitious theories about knives, like
That's
hey,
you, Drew.
Can I
That's
borrow
what you do.
Can I borrow your
No.
knife?
You are the guy that's like, oh, all I need is my knife.
All I need is my knife. No,
You're
that's
that
not
guy.
me. That's not me.
100%
He's the only person using that voice to refer to people.
to himself.
But you know how they have the like open the knives and hand it to you handle first, and then they're like, no, don't close that. Never let somebody else close your own knife.
Who the hell has ever said that in the history of existence?
A lot of people. I've heard that a lot of times. That
Wait, say that one more time. Someone hands you a blade, hilt
yes.
first.
Well, they
and
open
they
it
say
for
you
you.
can't close it because it's not your knife.
That's a stupid superstition.
What the hell is that?
Am I the only one that's ever heard this?
I've never heard that.
I've
Like handing a
never-
knife, like opening and closing it, and like,
Now, I've handed
no.
someone a knife hilt first before, just like,
Well, that's
hey,
just
I'm
for
not
safety
handing you
purposes.
the pointy end, but not closing it for some type of superstition.
You want to know who the real geniuses are? The diesel truck people that are running biodiesel.
So they're just like pooping in their own gas tank.
Yeah, they will never, as long as they have their little thing to be able to make it, they will never run out of gasoline.
It's true.
What is actually required to make that, though?
You can make it out of just about anything. Like
Define.
It's like the Mr.
a lot of them
Fusion
make it
from
out
Back
of
to Future
fry
2.
grease, like French fry grease. If you ever behind
Banana
a
peels.
biodiesel truck, like a big dually or
Coors
something that's
Light.
running by, it smells like French fries. Their fuel is made out of like French fry grease.
Well, I'm saying like survival purposes, like this person's on the road, zombie apocalypse type thing. How are they going to refuel it? Like, what are they going to do to? Can they literally like shit in a bucket and then pour it into the gas tank, or?
that I don't know.
Oh.
But they don't.
Because I was genuinely curious for a second. I was
But they
like, I
don't
might need
rely
to
on
invest in
fossil
something.
fuels. I mean, it's not a fossil fuel. So
I think as soon as we get away from the fossil fuels, I think the world is going to start resetting itself.
hydrogen cars. That's
Yeah.
you take water and you
Could
take
you
hydrogen.
just pee in it?
No, so with hydrogen cars, you take hydrogen and it's what it emits is water, like water vapor.
Yeah.
So
That's
your
the
car
byproduct.
vapes.
That's the by. Yeah.
So
Your,
basically,
your car's a douche flute.
like a fucking
Drive the new
Toyota
Ford
hipster.
douchebag. Toyota hipster.
Vanilla flavored douche flute.
some chai tea double whip foam. I don't even know.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. Chai tea
Is good.
is good.
I've never actually had it. I
Which
don't
is
think-
funny because chai means tea. So you're literally saying TT.
TT.
It's like when somebody says
Everybody
Shiba,
loves TT.
like you ever seen the dogs, the Shiba Inus?
No.
They're like mini little fucking huskies. They look
Yeah.
like mini.
Oh,
huskies.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I wouldn't know their name, but I've seen them.
They're little assholes though.
Shiba and Inu are both dog in different languages. You're literally saying dog, dog, dog.
Okay.
I just thought it was kind of funny.
Oh. And yeah. So what else is going on?
Now then, did you guys hear what happened to the ferry when we were coming across the river, getting on the road?
Nope.
Wait, we came across the river? I thought we just got on the highway.
Well, when we came up on land, we were trying to get on the highway, so
You
we
were
kind
surrounded
of
by a river,
just went
so-
over the river.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Is that the bump that I felt?
Could be.
If you felt it, I didn't.
Oh, I did.
But
I
either
felt- I
way,
felt
we
something.
destroyed the ferry. We thought everything was clear, and we didn't. And now it's going to be out of commission for like 8 weeks while they get it fixed.
Surprise, surprise.
thought it
That's
pretty
really
funny.
inconvenient for everyone that has to go around to the other side.
I mean, is there a road that goes to the other side?
Yeah, it's like a 30
All the way
detour.
around,
Oh.
up and over the bridge.
Well, I mean, it's not that inconvenient then. Meh. I don't use it, so I don't care.
I just thought it
The
was funny.
ferry or the road?
The ferry.
Yeah.
It's like $2 a trip.
I've always wanted to try the ferry.
7
No, it's like $7.
$7,
Oh
even
my
better.
God.
each way.
Yeah.
Why
so
would you take the ferry then?
the sheer amount of money I'd save in gas
Not
alone?
me. It cost me more to go around.
Do you want to know the last reason why I took the ferry? 'Cause it was not too long ago where I had to take a bunch of evals home. And I did not do them the night before like I said I would. So I took the ferry to work so I could have extra 15 minutes just sitting there making changes to the last couple before I turn them in.
That way you can come into work and be like, see, guys, I worked at home. I got everything done.
I worked all weekend on this shit, guys.
I think those were my exact words. Like, how was I able to complete it? I did 18 of these.
in 15 minutes.
See, the worst part is I was at quarters when he was having that conversation with the other E6s, and it was pretty funny to listen to.
Now we know.
It's even better now that I know that you were full of shit.
It's even better to know now knowing that I still had to make corrections, even though I would like to believe you guys are competent enough to turn in a good product in the first place.
What do you mean?
Well,
You
there's where you're
guys?
wrong.
Well, your inputs, I mean.
I didn't have inputs. Me and Leon are E5s.
Or whatever.
He's not talking about mine and Rob's work center. He's talking about your work center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our evals are stout.
I'm sure. In fact, I heard your midterms are coming up for Carano. Is she even going to have anything to put on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has a stupid, annoying haircut and talks too much.
Ugh.
Maintains professional standards at all times.
Fights in staterooms for PQS and wins, but gives it up anyways. She's a good person.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good for her. How about it's drink time? Because I am parched.
Fresca.
You have been talking a lot.
I
You
know.
don't have frescas.
And,
Criscas.
no, I don't.
Frescas.
We
It's
should.
not a fresca. It's a Crisca.
Speaking of water. Nah, never mind.
Okay.
Anyways, I am
Okay.
parched. Do you guys want drinks?
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
have frescas, but I'm going to go get some normal stuff.
I'll take a sweet tea.
I'll take a water.
Whoa, what's the switch up here?
I just felt like a sweet tea today.
Yeah, I just feel like a water.
All right, I'll be back.
I mean, I feel like a Jack and Coke, but we're on watch.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Works at Hastings, which is movies, books,
We know
and
what Hastings
CDs.
is.
I don't know what
I
Hastings
didn't know
is.
what Hastings was.
So it was Hastings.
Hastings.
And I was like, well, I have a friend that works there. So I went and talked to him, and I was like, hey, bro, okay, here's the deal.
It's a cooler Barnes
And
and Noble.
I had to
Adult Barnes and
explain
Noble.
the situation about like why I was going to be buying this magazine, but I
They
don't
have,
want to
like,
be embarrassed.
movies and
Could I
stuff.
just wait till you're on your shift
And
then I'll
band
go buy this
t-shirts.
magazine?
Why does he have glitter on his nose?
I don't know.
It's because it's on the fucking table from stupid Christmas.
Every time you move your
candles.
head, I see this green piece of glitter right here. It's like, ding,
it
ding,
still there?
ding, ding, ding,
No,
ding,
you got it.
I got it.
Yeah. Were
So-
you like on the mess decks making Christmas cookies or something?
No. So, okay, so this girl Celeste in high school, lunch break, we go out to lunch like normal. It is what it is. she says, hey, can you do us a favor? We really want to see like a Playgirl magazine. And I was like, what do I have to do with this? They said basically they were too embarrassed to go and buy this magazine.
I'd have been like, you don't need a magazine, just ask me.
Right? Well, then that's
Sounds
the thing.
like
We
you.
were like legit just friends, no big deal.
I'll just pose.
So I talked to my buddy and I said, hey, dude, here's the situation.
So, like, hairy
would you
white
mind if
guys?
I come in one day when you're working, but I
Gaby.
want you to be like the checkout person or whatever? And he's like, oh, all right, dude, no big deal. Here we go. So a
Just
couple
say
days.
you're buying the fist.
Yeah, so
Can I have a price check on a Playgirl magazine for this man on aisle 6?
or is it 9? 6 or 9? So anyways, I go a couple days later, we go out to lunch and swing by there. I run inside real quick and I told him like, hey man, I'm here. And he goes, okay, like whatever, quit being dumb. So I run back there, I grab the magazine, but keep in mind, this is in a public like family bookstore. So you know how the magazines are usually on the top in plastic behind the deep divider. So they're all half covered up except for the title. So I just see one with men on it. So I grab it real quick. I run up front, pay for it, get it back out in the car. And like it was some bank heist, I just quickly jump into the driver's seat. I throw it in the back and just speed on out of there like I just did the worst thing in the world. Anyways, we're driving back to school.
He's sweating and shit.
So we're driving back to school, and all I hear is, oh my God. Like, what?
It's called rods.
Apparently, I did not buy a magazine of guys for girls.
But a
bought
magazine of guys
for guys.
Hmm.
But I didn't know the fucking difference. I just knew they wanted to see a magazine of dudes, and I grabbed the first thing I saw, ran out of there.
I would
I was
argue
like
that they got
16
better
at the
content.
time, so remember, I was quite embarrassed.
You were having your first taste at simping.
I get what from them, giving
You-
it to
you-
them.
Think about that out of context. Why would you go buy this magazine for two girls willingly if you didn't want to do it and you thought you were doing something like weird? The only reason is if you were like, well, now that I passed you this magazine, may I have a crumb of affection back?
I mean, he does have a point there.
So admit it, you were trying. You were trying.
I'm not sure if I have a good argument against it.
You don't. How old were you?
He's
Like
realizing
16,
some
yeah,
stuff
you
right
don't
now.
have
Where,
a good
he's
argument
realizing
against
something right
that.
now where he's like, "Oh wow, I just found out something about my personality."
Damn it, Celeste.
I mean,
And you never did.
Send her an angry message right now.
I think we've all done that stupid thing for affection.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, guys and girls. I think we always hit that point, especially in youth, that we will do just about anything to get the unobtainable. Yep, everybody's remembering the story.
I'm thinking about when you say unobtainable. I'm like Scarlett Johansson. I'd buy her a magazine like that.
No, like
Nothing is unobtainable.
real unobtainable.
Yeah, in Leon's world,
Nothing.
young 23-year-old man,
Yeah,
strapping, still in his youth.
he hasn't been knocked down by life yet.
What I do find funny is how we all just take this moment of silence to reflect on our teenage years of what could have been,
All our failures.
right?
I think my biggest thing that I had happen when I was in high school. This was Leon at this age would have slapped me because I was such an idiot. So I did not.
How old are you now?
I forget. I think I'm like 32.
Oh, so at 32,
Something like that.
he would have
So
slapped you. for
when
being
I was
an
in
idiot.
my freshman year of high school, I didn't go to homecoming, and I heard that these two girls that I knew made out together at homecoming, and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't get to see it." So I was really good friends with one of the chicks. She grabs me and was like, "Oh, come with me." Pulls me behind a trailer with the girl and starts making out with her in front of me. She was like, "Since you didn't get to see it." And my dumb ass was like, "I shouldn't be over here doing this. We're gonna get in trouble." And I walked away.
Yeah, you're fucking.
Oh
idiot.
my God. What?
I was like, "Oh, I don't want to get in trouble."
Honestly, I
And then, like, as I was walking away, I had that moment where I was like, the light bulb started going like, bzz, bzz, bzz. And I got about 20 more feet, and I turned around because the light bulb turned on, and there's one of my friends standing with both of the girls making out. I was like, oh. Wow.
Yeah, you fucked that one up.
Yeah, I know it.
Can you hang
I
your
had,
head in shame? Like, just
yeah.
be quiet.
I hung my head in shame for the next like 4 years after that.
We went to a party one time, and I was with my wife, and she was pregnant. I mean, go figure. But she wasn't feeling good. And we had our kids there. We ate. We left because she wasn't feeling good. The party goes on.
Oh, I thought
We
that was
go
the end of
home.
the story. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
a
I was
shitty
like,
story, man.
This story sucks. He's like, I went home and rubbed her back, and she fell asleep lovingly in my arms like a good husband. The end.
And then I cleaned the house. And the next day, I'm talking with the guy who was running the party. He's like, yeah, it got crazy. Like, next thing I know, my wife was like on the table dancing, and then another guy's wife got up on the table and they started dancing. And they were like making out. And he's like all proud of it. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? He's like, yeah, it was awesome. I was like, you had kids around this party. He
It
didn't.
wasn't an adult party?
No.
Oh.
I had just got done saying I had my kids with me.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was too focused on the seeing where you were going to go with the wife being pregnant thing.
Well, he's that like dink guy like yourself. Double income, no kids. That's what we said, right? And so he doesn't care. He's one of those, my dogs are my kids, and they're like really kids. So I was like scolding him at quarters that next day. I was like, you fucking retard. I'm never going into your house again. Ever. He's like, well, why not, man? It was fun having you. Like, no, I cannot bring my kids around that. In civilized world, that's not a party. He got a little butthurt, and we didn't talk for a while, but he
I
came
mean,
around my
I could
thinking.
definitely understand that thought process if there's kids around and stuff. For some reason, the picture I was painting was that it was a bunch of adults. It's like, whatever. Consenting adults and such. What about you, Leon?
I've been
in your years of wisdom.
crazy shit.
Now, before marriage, yes. Before kids,
Yeah, once you get married,
Yes.
then you go to parties and you like taste wine together and like
Is that what you do?
Charcuterie plates.
yeah, what do like married couples talk about at parties? Because me and my wife don't go to anything. We just stay at home.
Talk shit on other couples.
Is that what it is? Like whatever couple didn't come, they're like, oh, thank God that they didn't come here tonight.
I think you just summarized every adult event.
No, I've been
And then that person shows up and they're like, hey, we've been waiting for you.
I've been to some pretty wild parties
I can
in my
imagine.
days.
I can imagine it.
Having sex in the living room in front of everyone, kind of parties.
No.
You strike me as that type of person. Did you flex for him too? Like,
Nope. The girl was just like, "Hey, I want to have sex with you right now in front of everyone." I'm like, "Okay,"
but
and that was it.
be honest though. Did you like think about it like a sports athlete, right? Were you out on the field, focused in the moment so much that you didn't let the outside pressure affect you, or did you like look one of the audience members in the face and like feel the pressure
Looking
of the
for
moment?
the cheer.
No, because
Like they're waiting to explode.
Because this was like the one chick
So is he.
everyone wanted to nail, and she was just like, "You, me, right now." I'm like,
Bet. Did you do the Bruce Almighty? Like,
I know, like my clothes magically came off.
were you even wearing clothes in the first place?
I was.
I'm proud of you. You seem like the kind of guy who shows up to the party naked. Like one pair of pants slung over your shoulder, no shoes, no shirt.
It was like Animal House.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes that's me.
He's like, oh, it isn't that kind of party? All right. Guess
my
I'll put my
son's
pants on.
in this stage where he likes to fight. Everything is a weapon. Oh, I got my magic hammer. Made him Thor's hammer because it was too cheap to go buy Thor's hammer. $40, and I can make it for 10.
Was
Dang.
it like actual, like plastic and like
No,
detailed?
I
and
made it
stuff?
out of foam. So
No,
it
I
wouldn't
meant
hurt.
like the real thing.
A hammer in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
ball
this is
peen.
heavy.
Claw hammer. Yeah.
Mjolnir is a
And
ball
he wrote-
peen hammer.
He's like, you have to be worthy to be able to pick it up. His like 2-year-old kid's like, I can't pick it up. Then you're not worthy.
Yeah.
It's a 12-pound ball.
He's got a point.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
That'd be hysterical if you actually did that to your kid. It was like, I made you Thor's hammer. And he couldn't pick it up, and then you do, and you're like, you're not worthy.
And he picked up his magic hammer and clocked me in the face with it. and it didn't hurt because it was made out of foam.
Plus
And-
5 physical attack.
Yeah. He had his pants slung over his shoulders for some 5-year-old reason.
His
I
cape.
grabbed him and I was like, I have magic pants. And he was like dying laughing. We stopped fighting. It was so funny to him. I was like, okay, thank God. I'm too old for this shit.
As you're out of breath.
In his brain, he was, I have magic pants. In reality, it was, I have magic pants. Go sit down, fuck.
Yeah.
What'd I do? Tie both shoes in a row?
I tied my shoes at the same time today. I passed out. My stepdad used to tell me that's the sure sign you're getting old when you start sitting down to put your shoes on.
I think I've always
Yeah, I think we
sat
talked
down
about
to put
that.
on my shoes.
Yeah?
No, when you get old is when you have one of those real long things that you stick in the heel of the shoe to help you put your shoes on.
Yeah,
That's-
I could see
that's
that
old,
one.
old.
That's
Yeah.
how you know when you've gotten old.
There's a guy that at the gym that I used to go to. He was old. He's probably in his 80s. And he had an injury and he was trying to PT it back to health. He would come in and he'd have this thing that he'd put his socks in and it would open up the socks for him. So he could just set it on the ground and stick his foot in there. And then the cane or whatever to pull the sock up. So he didn't even have to bend down to put his sock on.
I want that.
It's kind of cool, actually.
I actually kind of want that so I can put it up in the morning so I can sleep in that extra 5 minutes longer. So I can just like jump like Iron Man into my socks.
The elastic springboards back to your calf. And you're like, dun dun dun.
Yeah. Just put those inside my pants so I can just jump into it all and then pull my pants up and my socks come with it. We need that invention.
Not bad. I wonder if our machine can make that.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, if anything could do that. This
I mean, we need a plan. Like one of the greatest scenes in all of the Marvel movies was when Iron Man lands on his platform outside his tower, and as he's walking, everything's just getting pulled off of him.
Like, do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah. I was like, man, that is awesome.
I don't
was
know why
in
that noise is
First
indicative.
Avengers, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he's going to go talk to Loki.
Yep.
Yeah, that was by far, say what you will about the Marvel movies, that was my favorite part about all of it.
Just that 4 seconds.
Yeah,
That and the, I have an army, we have a Hulk.
not even that.
No.
No.
My favorite scene is the puny god scene with the Hulk.
Oh, yeah, I get that. When he talked. It was like his first time he talked.
I feel like I need to rewatch some of it.
I did before the last one came out. I watched it all in order. And then the last Avengers movie came out, and I watched that just because I was that friggin' bored.
Don't lie. It's not because you were bored. It's because you're a nerd.
Yeah, but my nerd, like, I'm not going to nerd out if it's going to affect my laziness.
That's fair.
Yeah, there was some scenes in that movie I thought they could have done without.
I mean, trust me, I know how hard it is to write a movie script.
Yeah.
What about a TV script?
That's even harder because you have to have all 3 acts in the actual show, and then you have to have all 3 acts throughout the season, multiple arcs in between all that.
What about something like a podcast? You think you could do that?
No, that'd be stupid.
Yeah, it'd probably be too much.
Who would write that?
I agree.
Good talk. Did you fall asleep there after that?
He looks like he did, didn't he?
I agree.
He went, I agree.
I was just trying to think of what to say next, but
I
it
just-
doesn't.
Ghostbusters breathing its oil.
What is happening right now?
Heavy breathing usually follows heavy petting.
Heavy petting.
That's the best way to make your teenager feel awkward about talk about what you guys do. Kiss, make out, little awkward heavy petting.
Use like these super awkward terms.
Oh yeah.
I remember when I was
What is heavy petting? I'm putting
Well,
2 and 2 together on what it is, but I want to know what you're
explains a lot
referring
about
to.
your sex life.
yeah.
I'm wondering what you're talking about with teenagers heavy petting. What are you talking about?
You've never heavy pet your wife.
I don't really know what you mean by heavy pet.
You've never tried to get
Have
your
you
wife
ever
in the
pet
mood.
a dog? Okay.
Whoa.
Where you
Have you ever
awkwardly
had a cat?
where you awkwardly rub them really hard and like close to their private areas.
See, this is why I asked that question, because I really wanted the 3 of you to try to explain this.
Heavy petting, you know.
Chris is like, have you ever pet a dog? And Leon's like rubbing his nipples.
You kind of
He's like,
slide a finger in their underwear band.
I'm just saying, like, if you've ever pet your cat or whatever. Now
I mean, I
just
thought that's what we were
pet your
talking
kitty.
about.
God. Fucking Leon over there rubbing his nipples. Like, you
I
ever,
mean, I
like,
got myself
awkwardly-
turned on. I'm not gonna lie.
Back when I was young, you know, like
30 years ago.
first girlfriend type young, you know, and I remember my dad giving me a bunch of crap like, ooh, you
Oh.
like girls.
No, first girlfriend. So 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you guys think?
Nothing.
Well, you said when you were young.
Yeah, like before I was out of breath for tying my shoes. So anyways, I remember
That was 30 years ago.
yeah, right? So my first girlfriend, I just remember coming back and I had kissed her and my dad was asking me, you know, hey, so son, did you swap spit with her yet? And just like talking about swapping the spit. And I thought that was so gross. And he's like, what do you think you just did? Like, you have spit in your mouth and, you know, whatever. And it just disgusted me.
Explains a lot, too.
Yeah. Scarred me for 27 more years.
I have a thing about
Many
hot tubs.
moons later.
I don't like getting in them. It's people's soup.
Yep.
Sure is.
But isn't swimming pools the same?
Well, hot tub, it's cooking it.
What about the ocean?
I mean, that's everything. Think of all the stuff we've dumped in there over the years. Plus whale poop. Lots of whale poop.
So that's a good question because we can dump our human waste off the shore, right? Off the coast at 3 miles?
I think it's 2.
Sure.
That's something real close,
Yeah.
right? Like you can watch it happen. So if we're doing our ground trials right now, when do we dump our waste?
Well, we pulled into RV parks.
But I mean, is that the answer? Is that what we're going to have to do all the time? Because if we just destroyed I-75 coming up here to Georgia and we're not allowed on the interstates anymore, how do we get to...
If you go behind the Taz right now, you'll see that big, long trail of forest we destroyed on the way over here
Yeah.
to get to this campground.
Okay.
There you go. There's just some guy down
We're
below.
just going to get there.
Yeah, we're already in the campground. So there's just a guy there down below with a hose and a Fargo hat and a house coat. Shitter's full. He's emptying.
So right now we have a lot of our otherwise unqualified guys standing these watches, like driver's side, windshield lookout, passenger side windshield, side view mirror lookout, right?
My favorite is the guys out back that are having to do the brake lights.
And the blinkers. The
Yeah.
blinker lights are funny.
Yeah.
Which is weird because
That's actually a skill though, because you have to know the codes in which to blink.
Sure.
So anyways, you're saying it's weird for what?
why don't we just have the one guy do brakes and blinkers? We have 5 guys doing brakes and 3 guys each side doing blinkers.
Because one guy's qualified on brakes, but not qualified on blinkers.
Says a lot about this military.
That
Or
makes
maybe
sense.
there's just a number of people that are capable of doing the job and like spreading the duties, but they're not. So they're not otherwise qualified. So we just invented extra watches so they could do their part.
That's what we're doing on our
It's
way
all
to
about-
Georgia.
it's all about
spreading the
safety.
duties.
It is. But anyways, we're getting away from what I was going to say is those guys that are back there doing the blinker watch and the brake light watch. If they're watching the road or vegetation get destroyed behind us, I wonder if any of them are like tree huggers, like a fern gully situation.
Well, that's like why we have to stop. Because one, we were destroying roads. Now we're destroying woods.
Yeah.
Where the heck are we supposed to go? That's why we're parked.
Just back in the water, I guess.
I don't know, but now...
But no, now we're too far inland.
Yeah.
I say, I
We've
thought we were
destroyed
supposed
so
to just
much.
go west all the way to California, or else we can't complete ground trials.
Well, here's where our problem's going to be getting over the Rocky Mountains.
Not if we go
through
down south underneath
the
them, but
Rocky
once we
Mountains.
get to California, all the forests are already destroyed there, so I think it'll be easy.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's fair.
You're not wrong. There is that thing they say about those forest fires over there where they just need to go and destroy those forests and basically take a big rake to them because you have all those
To
fires.
deforest the forest.
Yeah, you have those fires that burn. The forest grows back so fast it grows over all the dead stuff before it has a chance to decompose. So all that stuff underneath is usually what the next fire to start off of.
All the just real dry,
Yeah.
flaky stuff so the embers can float
Yeah.
away really quickly.
I've heard that a lot from a lot of people I knew in California talk about that. Maybe it's needed. Just a big old rake.
I bet you there's a company out there already waiting on that contract from the government.
Well, it can't be that
raking
hard.
in millions to go and do the
Yeah.
raking. No pun intended or anything.
Total pun intended, Dad. You think about it, you have to dethatch your lawn every few years. They have lawn dethatchers. Can't be that hard.
No, I'm sure there's already systems in place, but I think that they were just trying to preserve the forest and leave it untouched from human input and just let things happen how it happens. And I think what happens
That's obviously
is
not
fires,
working out.
and now we don't like letting what happens.
I don't know
Yeah.
about y'all, but this conversation's putting me to sleep. I'm getting fucking tired.
Well, it is time to get relieved. So,
That's good. I got to get some guys to go up there and play windshield wiper watch.
okay.
Not wiper watch. We have wipers. We don't have
People to spray the windows
wiper
with wipers.
fluid.
Yeah.
Wiper
jets.
fluid washer.
Yeah.
I don't know why they chose our department to do that, but maybe because water guns.
I
and
think
we
it's
own the
because
guns.
there's other departments that refuse to get qualified to do that thing.
So you're saying it just falls on our shoulders to pick up the extra weight and make
Because
do?
we're the ones who got qualified.
I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm not getting friggin' washer fluid, putter honor qualified. That sounds dumb.
You're a chief master gunner. You're too senior for that qualification.
Even if I wasn't, that sounds like a dumb watch. Why would I go ahead and go, you know what? I'm going to help everybody out. I'm going to go wash windows also.
Humility.
I don't need it.
Well, on that note, I need to get off this watch to go make sure the guys are prepared for that watch.
Okay, well, you have fun with that because I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah, join. Not join you, but
You're always welcome.
Yes.
speaking of, did you see the new room in our space?
I did.
Like, yeah, no shit. You remember how Leon's room came up? No name on the door. Brand new room. Don't know where it came from.
Is it for Karen?
No, she's got her own stateroom.
Oh, that's
Maybe you guys are going to have a new check-in sometime soon.
I sure hope that, if not. Be cool to get Bills up in there.
That would be fun.
Imagine waking up to that.
Oh, shoot, man. I done pooed in my pants throughout the night.
Hey, man, why is this room changing?
Those are horrible renditions.
Well, you do one better then.
I can't. That's why I don't.
Ever.
Ever.
well. I'm ready for bed too. So if you don't mind, I'm going to dip out a couple minutes
Yep.
early, go get them all set up. and
Well, we got our
see
people
you
coming up
guys-
right now anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there they are.
All
Trying
right.
to get out early. Jeez.
All right. Later.
Later, guys.
Bye.
U.N.A.S. Midwatch stars Robert Williams, Chris Sharp, Andrew Mingione, and Chris Short. Logo created by Natascha Mingione. Special guest, the guy with no name, played by Derek Morris. Thank you for listening to U.N.A.S. Midwatch.